Xiaomi recently launched on the market a lot of new devices, and we got here the most interesting one, the new flagship Xiaomi smartphone, the Xiaomi Mi 5. The fans waited for it for a long time. We got here also a free cover. So I personally talked with the engineer in charge of the Xiaomi Mi 5 project, and he told me they got a lot of devices already in November, December in their warehouses, but they got some problems with the microprocessors, so they got to change the microprocessor in all the stock they got. So the release date was switched, and they finally started to sell it in 1st March 2016 after they introduced it at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona the 24th of February. So we are gonna have a look what's in this box. I already tried a bit this device, so we put it apart. We got instruction manual, really a small one, SIM remover, USB cable. It's USB Type C, so that means you can recharge the phone from 0 to 880% in more or less 1 hour. I personally tried it this afternoon. I charged it from 17% to 100% in more or less 1 hour. Thanks also to the charger of 2.5 ampere hour. The fact that we got USB Type-C cable and not micro USB, it's also a negative aspect, because if we need a cable to charge, for example, we ask to some friends, they're probably gonna have the micro USB, because it's the most common cable now out there. But that's gonna be the standard for the future, so it's good. So we are gonna switch on the phone, and you see how long does it takes. This is the version with 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of internal storage, and Snapdragon 820 processor, limited at 1.8 GHz. We got a back cover made up in 3D glass. It's really elegant and nice. Then there is the version with 3 GB of RAM but 64 of internal storage, Snapdragon 820 processor with full power, so 2.15 GHz. That version costs $350 in China. This version costs 305, and then we got the top version with 4 GB of RAM, 128 of internal storage, and Snapdragon 120 full power. And the back of that version is in ceramic, not in glass, so it's supposed to resist better. And that costs in China around $412 US dollars. So we are gonna unlock the device, and as you see, to start up it's quite fast. The screen is really nice. I'm gonna show you better around the device. So we got a really cool feature, the fingerprint recognition here. It works pretty well, as you may see. It's pretty fast. And this button is also home button, so if you go to, for example, a browser, then you press here, you go home. So it's a hard button, so you can press it, and also soft touch, so you can touch. The hard part is just to unlock it, so you are gonna press and then your fingerprint is gonna be recognized, so it unlocks. To go, like, to use the home function of this button, it's just soft touch, so just you soft touch, you don't press it and it goes back. In this case, then you can personalize. Then we got back button and open app button here. So we are gonna have a look on the feature of the device. Here we got 4.1 megapixel front camera with ultra pixel technology, so it's supposed to be more quality. Here we have a home power button, here volume up and down. On the top we got the infrared port. It's really interesting to use the phone as remote control for air conditioner or televisions or stereo or whatever you want. Here we got the jack 3.5 I personally tried it and the quality is really good. We got here a really interesting function. It's to see the dual SIM card. It's mini SIM format and it's 4G as well. On the back of the device we got the 16 megapixel camera Sony IMX 298 with the true LED flash. I'm gonna talk about later about the camera. On the bottom of the device we got speaker, USB type C as I told you, and a microphone here. The side of the device, as you may see, it looks like a bit like iPhone, but also like the Note 3 of the same Xiaomi. So we're gonna unlock the device. I'm gonna show you a bit the features. First, the software information. So it's MIUI 7.2 with the Android Marshmallow, and we got, as you may see, the processor speed is limiting 1.8 gigahertz, 3 GB of RAM, and more or less 25 GB of internal storage when it's stock, the device. So as you may see, under version 6. Let's go to the camera. So let's take this as subject of our pictures. Let's put this away. And we got this one. A really interesting feature is if the subject is already on focus, as in this case, you just have to press it again and you take the picture. So it's really interesting. So the camera is 16 megapixel and the video is 4K at 30 frames per second, and if you want to register at 60 frames per second you may use 720p quality. Let's gonna have a look to the picture I personally took to show you. Test picture. So I took some macro. The quality is quite good. It's not, let's say, perfect, but for a phone and 16 megapixel camera is really good according to my opinion. Here I got more wide picture, other macro. The colors for me, the red is really good and also the black is really black. So some strawberries really good and tasty, I guess. I just took pictures for the test video, so I didn't taste it. Here we got an internal picture but with sunlight, and here without sunlight. Both are quite good. So yeah, another picture. So the camera, it's quite good. I'm gonna post some video test I made for this review with the camera, the phone camera. I'm gonna show you some benchmark I just did. So I used the N22 benchmark, and as you may see, I scored, the device scored 7,930, and here you have some details you may want to check, like the CPU, GPU. We got a really good GPU as well. It's better than the Samsung Galaxy S6, Note 5, iPhone 6s. Here there is the, where is it? OnePlus 2, so it's a really good device, and it's about 70,000, and this one is more than, the OnePlus 2 is around 60,000, the Mi5 is around 70,000, so it seems really good, and that's the basic version. It's not the top version, so I imagine if you take the top version, it's even better. As performance, I'm gonna also show you real racing. So while playing the video, while waiting for the game to start, I can say that the battery is pretty pretty good, and the fact that you have the fast charging is also a better feature. I stress quite a lot the device, and the battery lasts quite long. We got here on the back also the NFC. That's a really interesting feature, particular for maybe some country in Europe, and also China, also US, for payments. So for example, I know in UK the payment method with NFC is quite used, so